Back to more Xcom.
I probably wouldn't be alive today if it weren't for your father. He was something of a miracle worker.
Getting the Avengers' power back online was a miracle.
He's not talking to me.
I'm not entirely sure how he deciphered their system, but we'd still be half buried in the sand if he hadn't. He gave everything he had to get the ship running. But he didn't live long enough to see her fly.
We owe you both a debt of gratitude.
You can honor his memory by using this ship to destroy the aliens wherever we find them.
You'll get no argument here.
No, but we're not using the ship to destroy them. We're using our people. Our people are destroying them. The ship's just kind of taking them there. Alright, So, hi everyone. I've been thinking long and hard after last mission. Last mission was tough, and we lost a lot of people. And here everyone is drinking to that. We lost so many people. Oh man. We lost John Bacon. We lost, well, anyway, I'm not going to go through all of them. Jordan House. I guess I will go through all of them. Jordan House, actually, we lost on another mission where Sectoid shot instead of Psy doing stuff. We lost Shannon McLeod. We lost Percy. Percy on his first mission as well. We lost Andrew Phillips. And we lost well, and we've lost we lost Michael Robinson a while back, but we've lost a lot of people. So here's the deal. I don't have enough people right now to make 2 squads really work. I've got 10 soldiers total. Of those soldiers, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or so have seen combat and are really, you know, set up as a team. I don't have the people to make squads, and I can buy a bunch of rookies, but that's not going to matter. I'm not going to make a bunch of squads of rookies. I have to be very careful in how I play this, especially in the next few missions until we get up on our feet. So, I am disbanding the idea of squads for now, and I am going to just take my best out for now for 2 reasons. 1, I need to get the rookies trained up to squaddies at least. And 2, I need to get someone to captain rank so that I can get 6 soldiers on that field so that I have more firepower. So that's what I'm going to be doing for now. I've got a lot to do, and I've got to play this very carefully, or this campaign could be sunk. If we suffer one more loss like we did last mission, it will be very difficult, if at all possible, to recover from. So, yeah. But we've got a mission right now, which will give us some intel, and it will also counter placing hidden faceless aliens on each mission, which is good, because we don't want that. Faceless are dangerous, which reminds me... I need to see... I'm not changing research yet, I just want to see what I have available. Trooper autopsy, sectoid autopsy, Viper... Okay, so I don't have any faceless corpses. I need to do this after I finish, because I need to get scanners, because there's a retaliation mission coming up, and it terrifies me, and I want scanners. So I need scanners, so I'm probably going to do this after I finish resistance comms. And then I'll probably do plated armor and get that going. So give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. All right. So yeah. So we'll do that so I can get some battle scanners in there. But yeah. First things first. Let's do this mission. Let's get some people leveled up. And let's counter this dark event. So, we're going to take Lucas Drakeshire. I'm going to be taking my sergeants. Like I said, I've got to get someone up to captain ASAP. So I know, Lucas, I know you just had a tough mission, but I'm getting you back out there. You're a tough guy. You can handle it. Do I want 2 sharpshooters? What kind of mission is this again? Destroy the alien relay? Might not be a bad idea. I don't know. Hang on. Let's do this first. Let's take O'Connor. Let's take our new ranger. And then who do we want? Do we want another grenadier? Do we want another specialist? Do we want another sharpshooter? Oh, another ranger for that matter. Huh. I think 1 sharpshooter should be fine. I think we need another grenadier, honestly. Because I don't... No. I'm gonna take another grenadier for now. Yeah, this is what we'll go for now. For now. Alright, so let's see here. Do I want to... Oh, hang on a second. Yeah. I want to build something. Oh, I don't have any supplies. I can't build anything. Well, never mind then. We'll get supplies later. So, sorry. Back to the mission. Okay. So, Drakeshire, Tyke, O'Connor, Jordan, and... Okay. So, let's do with you, we're going to give you... Oh, we don't have any smoke grenades. Alright, well, we're going to not give you the med kit. Let's give the med kit to our specialist. Alright. And everyone else has grenades. Grenades all around. I need to make more items. I need battle scanners. I need smoke grenades. I've modified smoke grenades a bit. It turns out, apparently, that there was a glitch in the game where smoke grenades were not giving defense boosts. It was giving you the appearance of smoke, but it wasn't actually making your soldiers any harder to hit. That's been fixed, and I made sure it was fixed, I think. I hope. I also upped its range by 2 because smoke grenades only covered 4 tiles, which was a ridiculously small number that made smoke grenades almost useless. So I upped that to 6, and then the Mark II smoke grenades that eventually will go up to 8. Because, I mean, I want to make it much closer to the first game. The smoke grenades in the default smoke grenades in this, it's ridiculous how small they were. So I want to buy some smoke grenades. But anyway, that's for laters. For now... Let's launch the mission. And all of you are coming home. You hear me? All of you. I can't afford any more losses. So you come home. I mean it. Alright, hang on a second, guys. Let me add Mickey. Hi there, sir.
Hello.
How goes?
Good. Let me just mute your stream. Let's not get some echo. Hello, everyone. How are we all doing?
Yes. How?
I hope no one's dead yet.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay, that's good.
No one's dead yet.
Yet.
It is an
Just
early
about
mission,
to
though.
arrive.
But yeah, so I was saying, everyone, because after the last mission, I can't afford to do squads right now. I just don't. One, I don't have the numbers, and 2, I need to get people leveled up to captain so that I can get 6 people on the field. So my plan right now is to get that 6th person on the field and then start taking out squaddies and stuff again. But right now I can't. I just can't afford fielding like half a squad of rookies or squaddies. So what I have to do is field my best and not lose them. I know that's the risk, but I mean, if I don't field my best, I'll probably lose more people. And if I do field my best and lose them, we're probably sunk anyway. So I just have to play well.
Okay, let me grab that. Okay, so I have this open.
Yes. Hi there, Line. I see you. I see you doing your stuff.
Not really what I was doing. What I was going for.
I see you doing the stuff.
It works the same.
It works.
So, so you're kind of on the back foot here.
Yes, but depending on how well we do, I don't think I don't think I'm reeling against the ropes yet. I'm just on the back foot. If I have another mission like last time, though, I'll be in the corner. So.
Well, it was really that VIP mission that took it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So if I have another mission like that, I will be in big trouble. But we're not there yet. So I'm gonna go up top. Obviously, we are so far away from this. Good lord. All right, but I'm gonna send everyone up top.
9 turns? You've got true concealment on, right?
Yeah, I've got true concealment on, so I won't be. The turns won't start until I'm spotted.
So I think on this type of mission, it's typically 12, but they reduced it because you choose when you engage, unless you screw up, in which case it'll be then even more difficult than it would be normally.
Right. Which I just gotta be careful with my concealment.
Yeah, that's the tricky part. Yes, I was listening in that smoke grenades weren't actually working. I noticed that, before people mentioned it, about a week ago when I was testing out all these mods and I was seeing what was working, how I was going to do my campaign and everything, I used a smoke grenade and it wasn't showing up in the stats of the chances to hit. And I was like, that's odd. I wonder if it's one of those stat affecting items that just doesn't get shown up in the shot breakdown chances. And I thought maybe that was just the case because how likely would it be that smoke grenades just didn't work? And yeah, apparently they just simply weren't working. I can't believe that. That's I mean, not that anybody has been using them, because that would suggest you're hunkering down in a position, on missions where you should generally be moving. But even so, that's really bad.
Wait, did they add an Overwatch All button? I don't think I added a mod for that.
That's definitely a mod. Yeah, Overwatch All button, that's a mod.
Don't think I added one.
Unless you downloaded a mod that was part of a greater whole. It might have been I'm trying to think of what mods you've got. Have you got the Extract All button?
I do.
It might have become part of that. Oh. It might be an addition to that. I know.
I mean, I don't mind it.
I have both. I hope they don't conflict, but I do have both, and they work fine. Yeah. So if you don't have the mod installed, then maybe the guy that made that also made the Extract All, and he combined them both because he figured, why wouldn't you use them?
Yeah, that's very possible. I'm being very light now. Like I'm loving some of the mods that are coming out, and I almost want to do another campaign just for fun, just to play with a bunch of them. But I'm being very careful on what mods I use in this because
you don't want to break it,
right? So I'm being very conservative. There are a few mods I'm using, which is, of course, I changed the grenades myself. So because there was a mod that did it, but it also told you how you could just do it on your own. And since I was going to change their range anyway, I just did it myself. Because were you there when I was saying that? I upped the range of smoke grenades by 2. How much it covers.
I've done that as well. Yeah. It needs it. It really does. For a game where you're expected to keep moving, smoke grenades need to be good.
Did you up it to 6 or?
I think I put it to 6. I can't remember why I actually put it to.
I was going to do it to 8, but then I saw there were Mark IIs, and I was like, okay, all right, 6 and 8.
Then you get some. Because I think the smoke bomb would then up it to 8 or more. I think.
Yes.
You get quite a lot.
And
it's also 40 defense as well.
I put in a mod that makes suppression a bit better because people were noticing.
Basically how long would it?
Yeah, exactly. How long would it? It removes the Overwatch penalty for it. And that makes sense to me, because even I noticed in some of my practice stuff, they were running my Overwatch suppressions like it was nothing. Especially
when it's something like a Lancer, you need it to be good.
Yeah.
Shit, sorry. Turn it off. Excuse me.
And then I removed squad sight penalty for Overwatches. I mean, or for range. Because that to me is
what I did actually was cut it in half. By default, it's on -2 per square beyond squad sight, or at squad sight, 2 per square. I put it to 1 per square, because all of a sudden, putting it to half isn't a big deal. It's still good. And if that's how the game wants it to be, then, and that's as low as it can go before it gets to 0 and it's just removed entirely, I figured, you know, I'll give it a go at 1 instead of remove it completely.
Yeah, I just decided to remove it completely because, in my opinion, like, it worked well for XCOM, and I mean that's the whole point of a sniper, is to sit back and plus I guess part of me, and I know it's hard to do that because this is a video game, but what kind of sniper is going to have trouble hitting a target that's this far away?
Yeah, it does kind of beg the question. Sure, I can understand the aim penalty when they're up close. You know, it's difficult to aim with a sniper rifle and there's scope on top. You can't really use the iron sights very well. Especially sniper rifles should be steadied. But if they are steadied, if the sniper isn't moving, then it would stand to reason that they'd be looking down the scopes anyway. Why would they have a penalty for shooting?
Right.
On a weapon that they're designed and trained to shoot with. And yeah, it looks like I set the smoke grenade to 7, so the smoke bomb would be 9, and I did that because I have a feeling I won't be using the smoke grenades anyway. So I have no problems putting it to 7 with the smoke bombs being 9. Having said that, I installed a mod that makes it like Long War, so that smoke grenades and flashbangs are free and infinite. Because I mean, these are pre-war grenades, so we should really have them in abundance, like normal HE grenades.
Yeah, I don't mind the cost for them because they're not that much, but I definitely see the point there. Gosh, I haven't run into anything yet. Oh boy.
I mean, if you didn't have the mods installed, not running into enemies at this point in the mission is really, really dangerous because you're going to be running out of time. But the fact that you've got true concealment on, it bodes really well. You can scout the mission. You might even be able to scout out what enemies you're facing and maybe try to ambush the most difficult pod and get an angle where they're between you and other enemies, so you don't have other enemies flanking you when you're making the engagement.
Right. And I like this. I like this because, like I said, it gives you a bit more time. Plus, it just makes sense. The whole idea of the counters on 99% of the missions is that they know you're there and they're sending reinforcements, and Firebrand's got to bug out once the reinforcements get there or be shot down. And if Firebrand's shot down, you're stuck anyway. So that's the point of the timer. But if they don't even know you're here yet, they're not sending any reinforcements, you know? Yeah. So it makes perfect sense to me. I think it's a perfect compromise for the timers.
If they can't do it so that those escort missions don't end the moment the time runs out, instead of having it be like that, then I think a good compromise would be, once the timer runs out, the extraction zone should disappear, and then your soldiers will have to extract from the opposite end or a random edge of the map, and when they do so, then they'll get back to base with minor injuries.
Or
that'd be
they're not available for like 5 days or something.
Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah, they're trying to get back to base.
Yeah,
that's another good one. Yeah.
All right. So there's 2. That was a sectoid and a trooper. Not a bad pod. I could take them easily, but I don't want to break concealment yet. Think maybe I can get around here on the roof? No. No, they'd see me. Okay, here's what I don't like about concealment. I get not knowing something's here or whatnot and stepping on the squares, right? But when I know they're here, here's the thing. It's supposedly showing me where they can see. But that's not quite true. It's possible I could step here and alert them even though this isn't a red square.
No, that would only be the case if there was an enemy that was part of that pod that you couldn't see.
But I've done it before. I did it on the mission with the sectoid. I moved up to a corner. It didn't show me stepping on a red square. Even after I saw them, it showed that the red square wasn't there, but they still saw me, I guess because it was a corner or something. Like, they can see around corners even though it doesn't show that they could. Like, because normally, like, if you run into them and then it exposes them, it shows you're on one of their red tiles. But I've had moments where it doesn't show that I'm on a red tile, but it still exposes me because, like, for example, maybe I'm here and they have a red tile there, but somehow it goes over. You know, it's just weird how that works.
Yeah, I think maybe it might suffer from XCOM EU's stepping out from cover, where you could actually count the number of tiles between you and the enemy, and it might be like, oh, well, I'm not in range for them to detect me, but you're not taking into account the fact that your soldier will step out, and that will be included in the range between you and the enemy, and sometimes that will trigger.
Right.
Yeah, it's... I wonder if a mod could function and still be if it could work in the game where you could press a button and tell your soldiers not to step out from cover to look. So I mean, I wonder how that would work, because that way you wouldn't have vision beyond a full cover wall, but neither would they be able to see you. So they could be literally on the other side of the wall and you wouldn't know it. Neither would you trigger them.
I have a tough choice here. Do I engage the pod now and have the timer start ticking down? Because honestly, this is nice to see a pod this small. I could engage them now and take them out quickly, but the timer will start ticking. So I'm thinking climbing up here, but if I go here, the closer I get, the more chance I have of activating multiple pods at once. But 9 turns. Have to get to there. 9 turns isn't that bad just to get within sight with a sharpshooter and kill this thing.
Do you have a Phantom Ranger?
I do.
You do. One of the things that I love about destroying the relays is I'll sneak my Phantom Ranger forwards and get vision of the target, and then have a sniper destroy it from a distance, which won't reveal the ranger because he's got Phantom, and then the objective's done and you can kill the enemy at your leisure. But if that's necessary here, I don't know, because obviously you've got true concealment on, so maybe not. One thing I would recommend, if you're not in too much of a hurry, is scout around the edges of those 2 aliens. Because here's what's going to happen whenever you engage an enemy pod. You're going to want to advance on them to try get flanks and try to take advantage of where they're taking cover.
Right.
But if there's an enemy pod right behind them that you don't know about, then you trigger them as well. So I would try to scout a little bit ahead of them. At least a little bit. Just so you know if there's another pod nearby. Maybe even get into a better position. If they're not moving, if it looks like they're not moving, then you'll be easier to flank them.
Well, it wouldn't be bad either to get up here and use the height advantage on them and attack them from this way. My only worry is that...
I can pretty much guarantee there's a pod, right in the alleyway, absolutely, when it comes to concealment, and this, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit unique in this aspect, because a lot of people love rooftops, especially when it comes to concealment. I hate them. I absolutely hate it. I hate the fact that looking over an edge of a rooftop, the cover doesn't seem to block you like it normally would. I don't know, but I hate using rooftops. And then there's the fact that how do you drop down from a rooftop without triggering an enemy pod? That could be right underneath you that you don't know about.
Right.
I don't like rooftops. I would rather go the long way around a building to have wide angles around the building, not take sharp corners, than go onto a rooftop and try to be clever and get height advantage and flanking chances against them, because you'll quite likely trigger a pod just looking over the edge, because the amount of terrain you reveal when you do look over the edge.
Yeah, I mean, that is a risk, though. I agree, but the aim bonus is sometimes very worth it. All right, I think
I read a few things about how there's supposed to be a defense bonus as well as a height bonus. Sorry, as well as an aim bonus when you're using height.
There should be, in my opinion. Just from a realistic standpoint, it's much harder to shoot up than it is to shoot down.
Yeah, because obviously the person with the height advantage can engage when they choose to by stepping up, whereas the person that's on the low ground doesn't.
Right.
He has to, they have to be reactionary. But yeah, I thought it was like EU, where there was only a +20 aim, which, as far as I'm aware, that is the case. But I've looked at the INI files, and it does say that there's a defense bonus from height. I haven't noticed that, and I'll have to double check and confirm if that's right. But I've seen the INI files that is the case.
What I want too is a mod that shows. Oh, they moved, so I don't know where they are now. I want a mod that shows how much advantage you get from things. Like, for example, smoke grenade. It just says gives advantage. It doesn't tell you how much. Just you get some sort of advantage.
It's that broken. It is that broken.
But I mean, you've noticed that, right? Flashbang grenades. It hinders enemies. How much? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it does. Trust me.
As far as I'm aware, it's it cuts their mobility in half like it did with EU, and it's
but in a game like this, you shouldn't have to test and do that.
For the most part, they're actually really good with it when it comes to that kind of thing. They give the correct information. Like all the guns, the range of damage that it shows is what it actually is, even if you change the INI file. It's not a separate file you have to change like in EU, where you change the damage in Long War, and then you'd have to change the description of the weapon so that it matches. In this, if you change the damage, then the description will match.
Except it doesn't do that for
flashbangs or
flashbangs, grenades, or abilities. I mean, suppression. It doesn't tell you how much suppression suppresses them.
Yeah, it doesn't. No.
So I mean, which are pretty darn important to know.
Yeah.
I actually think I'm going to sit here for a second and see if they come back.
You know what you could do? If you've got somebody that hasn't moved yet, make them dash. Because, like EU, dashing and breaking through windows makes pods that aren't active go to investigate. At least for one turn, they will move in that direction.
Okay, so if I go here and then just move back to where I was?
No, that's the thing though. If you do a blue move and then do a yellow move, it doesn't count as a dash enough to trigger sound. And even if you do a waypoint system where you move like out of cover, then waypoint back into cover in a dash, for some reason still isn't included.
Okay, so I could just go here and...
Yeah.
All right.
And that will draw back, or at least that will draw the nearest pod to come back.
Let's do that. Whoa.
Oh, hello.
Whoa. Oh, they're moving that way. That's not good.
At this point, actually, if you look again, I don't know if they're going to be in range to flank you. It's going to be close. They'd have to move their full distance they possibly could to get a flank on you. But if you're worried about them shooting you on the flank, which they can do, they can actually... I don't know if you know this, Squee. They can shoot
I know
on
that,
they seem to only do it when you overwatch. When they see that if they move, they're going to get shot, where they could just not move and shoot themselves.
Got it.
So if you're worried about them taking shots at your soldiers and would prefer they didn't and just simply move without you having an overwatch on them, then just don't overwatch.
Makes sense.
That's what I found how it works.
All right. Well then, how about I move him here? Because if they're going to come this direction, then these are good. Actually, ooh, that's a good spot right there. Let's do that.
Yeah, if you break windows, it will break your concealment.
All right, so then I'll just have everyone hunker down. Okay, and let's see if they come investigate. They didn't move
guys,
at all.
if you move through a door without actually pressing the button to open the door, that's enough to create a noise and break concealment.
Right.
As does breaking through a window.
So you can still open doors, but you have to use the button.
Yeah. You have to move into position and then.
Do they still have that bug where my gremlin could activate them?
As far as I'm aware, if you're in concealment, they don't notice the gremlin. If you're not in concealment, then they will. That's as far as I mean, if you want to test it, then I think it's absolutely fine. I think you should be allowed to test things to find out what works, because making decisions on information that you're lacking isn't really decision making. The only way you're going to learn is if you test it, and if you test it and someone gets killed, then that's a really hard price to pay for something that the game doesn't tell you.
So I can just reload if this happens.
I would say go for it.
I think it's a fair assumption. Yeah, fair thing. Don't go through a window or something. Good God, gremlin.
Actually, having said that, I was going to say that another untested theory that I've heard about is that if you make a crit chance. It's good if you had the skill high enough for the entire squad, but for a single soldier, it's not really worth it.
No. All in any nearby enemy groups being alerted to your position.
That's actually the best of all the penalties.
Right.
Because once you've triggered, once you've broken concealment, it's not a big deal. They'll just be drawn to your position. What I was going to say was, if you dash or even move a specialist through a window that would otherwise break concealment, a lot of times the drone, the gremlin, will quite often dash through the window before you. It will break the glass for you, and it won't trigger concealment because it won't be your soldier that did it. Even though the game will say that it would have been your soldier. Which, again, that's not something I'd recommend testing. That's an extreme on the side of testing whether it will work.
Okay. I should be okay moving someone here. Because it looks like this is the end of its line of sight. There's no reason why there should be a line of sight in this particular square.
On that corner.
Yeah. Because look, this is the square. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I should be okay there.
You should be, yeah. It does look like that's the end of their site. They shouldn't be able to look around the corner.
Okay. 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 I was like, wait, what?
We might be able to hack their systems and get an advantage.
I'm gonna wait one more turn, see if they come near me, and if they don't, then I think I'm better set up to launch a grenade or something. I don't even have to use my grenadier for it. I can just use him, and that would reach them if they don't move. Oh, I could just do that now.
Dimension, your gremlin broke concealment on a mission at a sector pod. Yeah, that's
That's pretty brutal.
That's really bad. Yeah, someone needs to make a mod where the gremlin will either A, never ever give away your position and never activate enemies under any conditions, or on the other end of the scale, allow it to be as the game intended, or however the game currently works, but also give vision when your gremlin moves up. It's one or the other. Either your gremlin can activate enemies and give you vision, or your gremlin will never activate enemies.
Alright, you know what? I think I'm just going to pop them. I mean, like, I can hit with the grenade. Everyone else is ready to fire. I don't think there's any pods around them. I've got 9 turns. I'm going to pop them. Let's take these guys down.
You're one block away from the objective, aren't you?
What do you mean, objective?
The target you have to destroy. You're 1 block away, aren't you?
You mean one city block? Yeah, it's right over here.
It's just that. Are there windows? Do you have vision of the objective from your position?
No.
So you'd have to get inside the building. That's something to bear in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't look like there's any windows. Or there kind of is.
I can open up the wall.
I would still say, yeah, that's true. That is true. I would still say that's killing this pod is going to be at least 1 turn. Getting to the objective is going to be, I would say, 2 turns. Being careful.
Right.
And that's assuming you don't encounter any other enemies. That would give you 6 turns, including that you'd have to fight other enemies. So yeah, go for it for me. I mean, it should be fine.
I'm gonna pop them because the last thing I want us to do is to fight these guys and a muton and a snake and a bunch of other stuff.
Oh, so. You were trying to hack the sector pod, and that's I would figure that would break concealment.
I would think so too.
Like, oh, is somebody hacking me? That doesn't seem right.
Hang on a second. Oh, man. It seems like I got the worst luck with grenades. I mean, I know... Okay, first of all, let me be very honest. It always seems like you've got the worst luck, because you never really count the times it works for you.
Squee, I would not say that's the worst luck, because you put that sector on fire.
That's true. So, I was going to say, but I almost never get the 4 damage, or it doesn't seem like I get the 4 damage.
Oh, I actually know why this is, because the range of grenades and weapons also take into account a separate damage roll. There's the standard range of weapons and grenades, but there's also an extra 1 point of damage that can be rolled dependent on the chance of whatever it might be. It's a really odd way they did this. They've got the normal range of weapons, but then they've got like +1 on a separate percentage,
right,
which is really odd. So you're looking at rolling like 2 separate rolls, both at the same time. So at a glance, it might look like, oh, it's only 50-50, but in actual fact, it's probably more like 1 in 4 that you'd get that max damage. So that's why it rarely ever happens. So it's not so much bad luck. It's just the game makes it look like bad luck because it makes it look like a flat from minimum to maximum damage when it's really
like a 50-50, but it's not.
Yeah.
Right, no. I don't think there's much risk of activating a pod if I move him here, and he'll be flanked. So I'm going to do that.
I would say it's definitely worth it. Yeah. You're in full cover. You've got a close range flank on him.
Yeah. Let's take out that sector. I was about to say sectopod, but that is not a sectopod. Alright, there's the sectoid gone. Now all we gotta worry about is him. I kinda wanna save my explosives if I can. No real reason to use them if I don't need them.
That hacking hasn't broken concealment before. Yeah, I've had that as well, where hacking something didn't initially break concealment. I've had that with mind control as well. Sometimes mind control won't break concealment. It's like the enemy won't realize they're being mind controlled until the end of your turn, in which case they will do a reveal turn, and then it'll be your turn again, then you can act on them. It is weird like that. I would take it if you're going to hack or mind control, assume the enemy would go on alert.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so they're down. Didn't have to use anything more than a grenade, so my grenadiers still have their full regiment of grenades. I'm not going to move up because activating a pod would be a bad idea at this point in time. Alright, now, question is, do I go up on the roof? Do I just go straight through the building? I've got enough windows and doors here that I think this is a good position to fight from, except for the fire there, which actually is bothersome.
Because that's how you get to the roof.
Well, no, I can get to the roof. I can get to the roof this way. But
now that you've broken concealment, I would actually say the roof is a good deal because you can still move to the low ground and take full cover. Because, as I said, it's concealment that makes rooftops tricky. Because the moment you look over it, you can trigger without realising there's an enemy like right below your position.
Right.
But now, yeah, now you've broken concealment, then it'll be the exact same thing.
Alright, so or I could stay here on the second floor and still have some full cover.
Oh, that's true. I didn't realise there was. Yeah, of course. Yeah, the second floors in these buildings because the stairs are there.
Yeah. All right. So I'm not going to move you yet. Let's get everyone up there though. I've got 8 turns, so I'm not too worried. We just it's one thing I like about this one. You don't have to get close and hack it. You just have to be able to see it and shoot it, and it usually only takes 1 shot.
Okay, Dimension asks or mentions that you could blow a wall in that building to get in, as you mentioned. Yes, it's breaking and entering, the most literal term. And Chaotic asks, Squee, have you fought a sectopod yet?
No. I have not fought. Okay, so here's what I do for full, like, I guess, disclosure or whatnot. I practice for like a week or two after, like, for example. After I lost my squad, you know, in the last mission or whatnot, I did 3 or 4 missions, maybe like a month's worth of stuff a few times to kind of try different things out. But I don't ever go too far to the point where I run into a lot of new enemies. I've run into mutons. I think that's it. I think that's it as far as new enemies is concerned. But the thing I love about this game, the thing I really love about this game is the procedurally generated maps means that I can practice all I want as far as grand strategy goes, but I can't ever prepare too much for the individual missions because they will always be different.
Yeah, yeah. And I love one of the mods that is now getting a lot of spotlighting is adding to the pool of jigsaw pieces that can make up maps.
Yeah.
So you can now have the piece of a map where it's like a patrol outpost, like it'll actually have a dropship in the city. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a really cool idea. And it has other nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
Surprising. I'd imagine there's one inside the building and one behind it then, if there's no one in the alley. But yeah, there's a dropship one which happens in the city, which you won't usually get. Usually it'd be near one of the alien facilities or something like that. And other places like in the countryside or in the more rural areas, you'll have sieges happening on country houses that you wouldn't otherwise see. And the guy basically took a normal house and added a few cop cars outside, and adds a little bit of variety. And the more he adds, I mean, the better the game's going to be.
Agreed.
Just add more replayability.
I haven't messed with any of those yet.
I haven't either.
But if you do, let me know. Because again, I'm being very careful with what I choose because I don't want to break this game yet.
I'm honestly, with the amount of mods I've installed, I'm surprised I haven't broken it. Having said that, with the campaign I'm going to be setting up, because I'm going to be doing the tutorial, I found out there are a lot of mods that are not compatible with the tutorial mission because it is so heavily scripted. Not just the mission itself, but when you get up to base. And it took a long... Ooh, Overwatch! And high ground Overwatch!
What is that soldier doing? Was he, like, already falling through the door? I think it's a mech.
Even, I mean, 6 down...
A mech and a lancer. That's alright. We know where they are.
Still, 6 damage. If it had 2 DR, 1 DR, I can't remember how much they've got.
Come on, hit him.
Yeah, you've got
yes, nicely done.
Dead.
Oh, again, I think the mech is gone. I think the mech is gone. The mech is gone.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. That was a beautiful Overwatch, guys. Oh, look, it's just a little lancer. He's got some gumption. I'll give him that. He doesn't have long to live, though, that's for sure.
Yeah, that.
Let's go ahead and use some
that
lightning
poor
hands.
mech. At this point, even if he is... Oh, he's in low cover. Never mind, he's dead. I thought he was in full cover.
Ooh,
what the
Did I just
hell?
set cover on fire? That's fine, I can move everyone.
Yeah, luckily you haven't used them yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't trigger, you don't catch fire when you move. But he's dead. Never mind.
What kind of ammo are you using there, buddy? Good lord.
Oh, right, you haven't got the proving grounds yet, so it's not the...
Yeah, he's on fire.
Yeah. No, you will catch fire moving out of the fire. But you've got the hunker down mod, right?
Oh, I do. The stop, drop, and roll one?
Yeah, I would move a little bit further away from that, though. I'm worried that the floor will break from the fire. I wouldn't necessarily move forwards because you have to hunker down, and that will force you to hunker down.
Yeah, not that guy, but this guy I'm going to move forward to get some cover and get into that, get that loot.
Yeah, grab that loot, yeah. But yeah, I would suggest those guys are going to need to hunker down and move away from where they are, not just from the fire, but I think the fire is going to break the floor.
Agreed. Oh,
and I've seen it
advanced
happen a couple
repeater.
of times.
Nice.
Gunfire can shoot out floors of fellow soldiers.
Yeah, I've seen that happen too. Alright, so let's just get
Oh.
you here for now. That's not going to catch
luckily
you
it
on
looks
fire.
like... Yeah, he won't catch fire. Yeah, that's
And then
good.
you-
So it'll only be one person you'll have
Now,
out
if I
for a
catch
turn.
fire and then hunker down, he should be fine.
Yeah, I don't think he takes damage that turn.
Right, I agree. So let's hunker him down.
Yeah, look, yeah, he didn't take damage that turn. That's good.
Okay. I love that mod. It does make sense to me.
Yeah. It should be completely fair to take a turn to put out fire.
Now, it might be worth doing this, because doesn't it increase his hacking skill every time he succeeds?
Yes, that is another thing I've read. I believe it's once per mission a specialist can gain +5 hack on a successful hack.
So I might as well. I mean, what's it going to do? Alert people to my presence? Oh, no.
Which would be a good thing.
Yeah.
You just put everybody on Overwatch.
So let's go ahead and take that, try and succeed. Sweet.
And looks good. So now you get +5 hack. Oh, you should have checked, actually. That would be a good way to confirm it. Check his hack before that, and then having done it. Well, never mind. There's something to remember. But yeah, it's a shame now, because you didn't fail that, which means the enemy won't be coming to investigate and get caught on a high ground Overwatch trap.
Oh, what a shame.
Well, considering you destroyed that mech on its reveal turn...
That was awesome. That was pretty cool. Even with armor, it didn't matter. They both hit for 7.
Oh my god, yeah.
Alright, let's go ahead
Gaule's
and have you
weapons
reload.
are such a big increase.
Mm-hmm. Like, that's one thing I've noticed. Going from regular weapons to mag weapons is huge.
Yeah.
And I've also noticed, too, that... good
Yeah,
thing
there
I
goes
moved.
the ground.
Good thing I moved that guy. Whew. No, the other thing I was going to say, the other thing I noticed, too, was the first set of armor, the Predator armor, is a huge step up.
Yeah. I mean, it's exactly how it was in EU. The first tiers of armor, the increases were just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And weapons. Which, I kind of prefer how Long War does it. Okay, you got vision, that's good, but no enemy contact.
So let's just blow it. Let's just skedaddle.
And even a shotgun at that range won't miss, because targeting the environment is guaranteed to hit.
And that to me, that makes sense. It's not trying to move or dodge or anything, and these are trained soldiers, so...
Unless it's a turret, in which case apparently the turret is spinning so fast on its little pivot structure, then you can miss it very easily.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Game-wise, then... Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I'm not going to have... If it's a turret, it shouldn't be everything hits. But, if I need to address it in lore-wise or whatnot, you still got a chance of missing because, dude, it's a freaking turret. You're nervous. This thing could shoot at you. You know? I mean, so to me, I'm fine rationalizing it that way. But just from a game spot, I mean, if turrets always hit, what's the point of having turrets? Unless you put so much armor on them. Alright, let's go. I'm not in a rush anymore, so let's go ahead and just reload everyone.
You say we should be praising RNGesus here, and normally I would agree in XCOM, but frankly, I would say it's been good decision making and tactics, really, on this mission.
I would say that the very nature of RNGesus makes it so that prayers are kind of pointless.
That is true.
What am I going to do? Ask it not to be RNGesus?
Or even better, pray to RNGesus. 95% fail.
Now, that doesn't mean I can't praise RNGesus. I just don't think asking anything of him makes much of a difference. Alright, is this the same turn or not? Yeah, because I reloaded her last turn, so this is a new turn. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. No, it's not. So, okay. So you guys just stay right where you are.
I mean, if you really want to cheese it, you can head back to the rooftop and then have one guy, whoever your weakest guy is, just run doing dashes back and forth on the rooftop until the pod comes to you. Now you've got no timer, and with height advantage and no botch, you'll probably annihilate that pod as you did with the last one.
Do I think that's too cheesy? I don't think that's too cheesy. Do I have a good place to go,
You could adapt that idea and move to the rooftop on the right.
Yeah, there's not enough spots, though. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4 spots.
Yeah, that's true. I kind of like how Xcom 2 did that, where it limits the amount of high ground cover there is. Because in,
I could do this one,
EU
though.
it was never like that. It was full. It was half cover all the way across.
Yeah, but no, there's tons of cover up here. So maybe I'll do a hybrid of that. I'll try and get to this roof. If I pop a pod, I pop a pod. But if I get up here, then I'll use that strategy. I think that's a good compromise. I am not above cheesing it a bit. A bit. I've got my limits. But
oh, when it comes to cheese, I don't have limits.
I know.
At all.
I know.
None.
Alright.
People, I get quite a few comments saying, "Oh, you know, you're actually a really good player," and it's like, no, I'm not. I just cheese a lot and do my research. That's not a good player. That's
that is a good.
For everything that I can.
Well, that is a good player from a certain point of view.
Yeah, it's well prepared and patient.
Mm-hmm. Like Obi-Wan said, from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get you down there. Alright.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, I was going through the ini files for the campaign I'm doing, and I found one of the things that I really want people to add, besides the fatigue timer, which I'll have to implement manually, is I found in the ini file was something along the lines of full cover, armor given percent chance for full cover and half cover. So it looks like there's a way to implement what Long War did, where being in full cover guarantees 1 armor, and being in half cover you can set the percent chance to, you know, give 1 armor on, like Long War did it 2 out of 3 times. Which I really, really want. I'd love the idea of going to full cover and being like, okay, I've got 5 health, this guy does 5 damage, if I'm in full cover and he hits me, he cannot kill me. Unless he
what? Okay.
Well, that's one way of doing it.
Got to remember my pathing, Squee. Remember your pathing.
Well, yeah, whew, that was... You would have head inside there.
Yeah, I might as well put you up here because we already know. It's fine. Why not?
Now that it's been scouted out. Oh man. But yeah, that cover from that armor from cover, I could not get it to work for the life of me. I couldn't find a way to do it. I was adding lines like making the chance be 100% and the armor be like 5, you know, to see if I could get it to work. Yeah, I couldn't find a way to get it to work, which is a real shame.
Here's an important question. Do the devs actually plan on releasing some sort of mod kit, or is it just the highly moddable innies are there? Oh,
there is a mod kit. It came out on release.
Oh, there's a mod kit?
Full mod kit, like 50 gigabytes of assets and a couple of different mod tools.
Oh.
It came out on release. Yeah, if you look up in the tools section of your games library, you'll be able to find Xcom development tools, and it came out on the day of release, which is really, really good, which is why there are so many incredible mods already. Which, having said that, Bethesda, the king of mods, still haven't done it for Fallout, which is...
Yeah, they said they were going to release it, like, in January.
Yeah. I think originally they said, well, yeah, right after Christmas. Yeah, January. But yeah, they still haven't done it. When XCOM, which although Civilization has been pretty well known for its mods and their modding community. The fact they released it on release, which is, yeah, it is really good of them. It shows a lot of confidence in the community, because I don't know why you wouldn't want to. I can imagine that devs will be a little bit scared of the fact that players or modders will be able to mod out bugs in the game quicker than patches would come out to fix them. But I don't know.
Well, here's an idea. Fix the bugs yourself.
Yeah.
That's the thought. Like, okay, that's one thing I was going to say with the smoke grenades. I'm sorry. That seems like the kind of bug that that should have been caught. The fact that smoke grenades don't work. Yeah.
It just goes to show how little the dev teams actually decide to use smoke grenades, which in turn shows how useless they are.
Well, and no, in my opinion, it shows a lack of proper bug testing. Just because you use an item or not doesn't mean you shouldn't check to see if it's working. It seems like it's very easy to find out if the ini file actually contains this this dialogue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because from what I understand, it's not that the stuff was there and for whatever reason the code didn't work. The code just was not in the ini. There was nothing in the ini telling the gas grenade to reduce armor, which to me seems like a simple check the ini and make sure everything's there.
Or even, hey, one of those, I don't know, 40 odd items in the game, which frankly isn't a lot. Maybe we should check if they each individually work. But as I said, the fact that it's so bad it rarely gets used just goes to show. That's one of the reasons why they didn't check it, because they never used it.
Excuse me,
if they never
sir.
used it, then maybe they should think,
right.
Hey, maybe I should.
Excuse me, sir. Would you like 2 pistol shots to the face? Yes, sir? Oh, very good, sir.
You might miss. Oh, you hit him.
How would I miss? It's 100% shot.
Yes, Bethesda are releasing their dev kit tools in April, which, I mean, it's certainly a lot better than most dev companies.
But what I don't understand is why. I mean, it's not like the mod kit wasn't already done. Why are they waiting so long? Oh, hello.
It's to do with the publishers, and the publishers
Oh, I see. So it's not we need to tweak stuff, it's just we need to wait for whatever reason.
Yeah, because... Oh, another one down as well. Well, because the idea is they're basically giving away free content with the dev kit. And it's not the content that the modders would make, it's literally the programs that were designed to make the game. They're giving it away for free. And
oh, I did that wrong order. Oh, well.
Publishers don't like doing that very much.
Nah. Alright. Grenade! Grenade. And then I can finish it off with another grenade if I need to, but I should probably... If I blow the cover, I should have a really good shot.
Yeah, with high ground bonus.
Oh, actually, I'll have to do a shot. A grenade won't kill it. Forgot about that. But with high ground, I've got 92%. If I fail this, I will cry.
Even if you fail it, he'd probably run to cover and just raise a zombie. And yeah, he's
God game.
And even if you didn't fail it, he would probably like mind control or panic one of your soldiers. In which case, no harm there either.
There's a mod out there that makes
to cover and shoots.
There's a mod out there that makes Sectoid's AI work better. I haven't downloaded it because I don't want to start downloading AI fixes for the exact reasons we've said. But I love the thumbnail on it. It's just got a Sectoid looking kind of confused with a bunch of question marks going, zombies? Zombies? Zombies! Love that thumbnail.
Yeah,
okay, so...
But I've actually seen a mod that adds Advent snipers and Advent side troopers as well.
That's cool. Yeah, no. Okay, here's what I want to do. After this one, so after this playthrough, guys, when we do this roleplay playthrough or whatnot, we're going to pretty much probably immediately start another one with 6 squad size up to 8 with added enemies to compensate, whole bunch of mod tweaks, maybe new mod classes, maybe new classes, new weapons, things like AI tweaks. I mean, like, I really want to go balls to the walls on the second one because there's so much you can do with this game.
Advent snipers, oh hell no. You know, it's funny you mention that because someone in the comments literally wrote those exact words. Advent snipers, ? Oh hell no. That is exactly what somebody wrote in the comments.
Okay, here's the weird part, and this is a bit hypocritical of me, I guess a little, but I wouldn't want them to have squad sight.
I told the truth.
Squad sight would be way too frustrating to deal with on the other end.
Well done.
Yeah, because obviously they don't need to move. It's you that has to move.
None of my sergeants leveled up, of course.
But bear in mind, they don't have sidearms. Ooh, what'd you get?
Ever vigilant.
What's
If you
that?
spend
Don't
all
tell
your
me what-
actions on moves, you granted an automatic Overwatch shot at the end of the turn, which is really good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And
Pretty good.
suppression, please. Thank you. Please and thank you. Alright.
That's actually a really good random perk because when you're moving up, doing dashes, and you haven't triggered yet, if you do accidentally trigger, that soldier will always get a shot in because they'll always be on Overwatch.
Right. Okay, so here's the deal. Advanced repeater. God, that sounds like a really cool thing to give to a sniper, but you kind of want to increase their aim. Because, okay.
I wouldn't give it on snipers. I'd only give it on people that shoot multiple times, and snipers don't actually shoot multiple times with their sniper rifle until they reach their final tier.
Yeah, but I don't have
like
anyone right now that shoots multiple times, and I'd rather not use this.
I would honestly... Thing is about repeaters is they're useless until you can shoot multiple times. Early game repeaters are rubbish. Late game repeaters are brilliant, even better on soldiers that can shoot multiple times.
Well, that's not an early,
Like,
though. It's an advanced. It's 10%. That's still 1 in 10 shots.
It's getting to the chance where it's actually, very good. I would suggest on gunners that have chain shot, because that's 2 shots against heavy mech. It would be brilliant if you did roll that 1 in 10. Or against... on supports that have the Guardian ability, where they get 50-50 chance of rolling another Overwatch shot, because then their multiple Overwatch shots can just kill a target instantly.
Right.
Oh, hey, Chronic, that's good to hear.
I was going to go to the black
Let's
market
go.
to get some supplies, but this is going to give me some supplies, so... why not?
Have you got the mod installed that shows the amount of time left on
No,
missions?
okay,
and...
I'm seriously considering it. I didn't, again, because I'm worried about it breaking the game or something. But if you've tested it out and it works really well, I want it.
The test that I have done, the campaign that I did had very few mods in it, but since then I've been testing out how things work, especially with the ini files, and it seems to work fine. The only one that I did have to uninstall was the transition from the map screen to the interior of the ship, because I hated the delay and the flash of brightness. I felt it was really unnecessary, and especially it took... I mean, if you click on the globe, it takes from clicking on it to actually seeing over 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And about half a second of that is bright blue or white colour, and it's really unnecessary. And if you've been playing for a couple of hours, it just gives you a headache.
Alright, so...
And yeah, there was a mod that removed that transition, and you just... Ooh.
So here's a good question. Alright, so they're going to have reinforcements for a month. Does that mean until the end of this month, or for the next 30 days, no matter what that is?
If you click on OK and then go to the dark events up the top, then click on the button underneath or around somewhere, there should be a button that says current events.
Nope. You don't say.
Hold on. Maybe time has to tick over it, like an hour or so before it will show.
Alright, let's stop. Nope.
But there should be a button that
Maybe
says
a mod?
current dark event. No. Because obviously, how would you tell what's in effect
Right.
without it?
Huh. Well then.
I mean, it said that it was applying immediately, didn't it?
So I'm curious. Well, here we go. Active dark events. Rapid response.
Okay, so it does have it down there.
So I'm curious if it's going to last 10 days until the month ends, or...
I would imagine it lasts 4 weeks by default.
Yeah, I would think so too. Alright, so we have 43 supplies. When did we get 43 supplies? Or is this one of those overgrown checkpoints that we get supplies as we scan? No. Where did we get 43 supplies?
The mission, maybe?
But it had intel, not supplies. Oh, well, whatever. Hang on. Hang on. You know what? I have a retaliation imminent, which means that I should be doing autopsies on troopers. so I can get battle scanners.
Oh yeah, you definitely need battle scanners for that. I don't know if you're gonna have time to do it though.
3 days. I gotta try.
Yeah, if it's imminent, you might have time for that.
Well, don't you have like a day or two to do retaliation?
I'll direct our efforts towards the
Yeah, but without the mod that says exactly how long before it disappears, I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah.
I would not risk that. And especially with this, without it being implemented where the timer will stop, like in Long War, like an hour before the mission expires, then yeah, as I said, I wouldn't trust it. I would not trust it at all.
Maybe I can speed it along or something.
What I was going to say was there's a mod that adds a button to the UI in the bottom left that shows the research table, which I think is really, really good, because then you don't have to go to places like, you know, UFOpedia or Wiki Xcom
Right.
to find out all the research tables, because you'll just have it there. Because I hate the idea that after you played it once, you don't have access to the information that you would otherwise have learned. And I think this is the Terra mission.
No, this is Advent. Okay, good. So I might get that done in time. So I want to test a new strategy for the Terra mission, because the last one ended horribly, and in all my practice sessions, Terra missions are so incredibly hard. Oh, look, another one.
And another one.
Oh, boy. That's fine. I'm pretty sure I can get plated armor and maybe 6 people before I have to take this on.
That black site, do you have access to it yet?
No.
So you have to grab the country, or that sorry, the region. You have to make contact with the region before you can do the black site.
Right.
Well, I mean, when you reach that maximum limit, it will always give you, I think, a minimum of 3 weeks and a maximum of 4 weeks. Right. So, and it takes about a week to contact a region, so you should be fine at worst case scenario.
Okay, good. Okay, assign new research.
Close.
Yeah.
So now you can rip out their eyeballs and use them as battle scanners. Because it makes sense.
Oh, hey, look, I can do these instantly. Might as well.
Oh, that's so good. I want to check the research tree and find out how to do those instantly. Because obviously, it doesn't seem like, even though it says we've encountered them enough that it can be done instantly, that's clearly not the case. It's because you did other research before that research, which should have been done prior, then it then unlocks it to be done instantly. And I want to know what research can be done in a particular order that'll unlock the previous research.
Yeah,
it must save a lot of time.
I like the arc blade, but I don't get it because again, I don't have any reason to really use the sword, which really sucks because I like the sword.
Just give the word and
yeah, you're kind of easing off the sword, aren't you?
Yeah.
I remember when a couple of weeks ago when you first started playing, we were like, oh, but you know, if you did this build and you got this damage up, but it's like you could take that 98% to hit and deal 3 to 5 damage, or you could take 100% to hit at 4 tiles away with a shotgun and deal 4 to 6 damage.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what? I kind of want.
I should see if any of the troops.
No, I don't need 2 battle scanners right now.
That is exactly why I installed the Katana mod, which I don't think you've got installed yet, which adds basically katanas into the game, which deal 1 less damage but have like a 15 or 10% increased chance to hit, which means here we go. And perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Oh,
I think
man.
that 10% or 15% will make it so that even squaddies will have like a 95 to 100% chance to hit, which I would much rather a guaranteed hit at 1 damage than, you know, a 90 at 3 or 4 damage.
All right,
Why
so
would you take that risk?
next time, guys, we're going to be doing a retaliation mission. Woohoo! See you guys then.